Bob, why was this so serious to use a Jehovah's Witness?
Well, I came in just before 1975. It was in 1973, so I lived through all of that. But the thing that caught me as I was leaving was finding out that they had really dishonestly changed some of what they wrote. In 1989, they wrote in the January 1st Watchtower, the Apostle Paul was spearheading the Christian missionary activity. He was also laying a foundation for a work that would be completed in our 20th century.
Wow.
So basically, the preaching work would be over in our 20th century, and then the end would come. That's what they printed in the magazine itself. At the end of the year, when they produced the bound volume, and on their CD-ROM, they changed the part that said in our 20th century to in our day.
Brian, when you're listening to this, what advice would you give to Jehovah's Witnesses? Because you used to listen to my program and you used to be mad as all get out at me for even bringing this information up. What would you say to somebody that's just mad as hops out there listening to us bring up these false prophecies?
The whole point of this ministry and the whole point that we're here is because we don't want people to be under the bondage of a religion. The Jehovah's Witnesses love to quote what Jesus says in John chapter 8, where he says, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." I believe in that, and I believe in what Paul says in Galatians 5:1, "For it is such freedom that Christ set us free." And so I believe that we need to gear Jehovah's Witnesses towards the living Savior, Jesus Christ, bring them into a living relationship with Jesus, show them that in the era of the watch out that they are false prophets, which Jesus warned us about.
Don, summarize all that we've heard and point people toward Jesus. Give me a word on that.
I would say Romans 10:9 through 13. There's a little Greek word there, kurios, which is translated Lord in verse 9 and in verse 12, but Jehovah in verse 13. It's all the same person through the whole passage. And Paul is writing there that the one thing we must believe and confess is that Jesus is Jehovah to be saved, and to believe that God raised him from the dead.
Give me the whole verse.
Resurrection. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. For with the mouth one makes public declaration for salvation. And as you follow it through, verse 13 says, "For whoever calls on the name of Jehovah," that's in your New World Translation, "will be saved." And so we have to confess Jesus as Jehovah, call on his name to be saved, and God will then save us.